Tariq pe Tariq, Tariq pe Tariq. I don't say it as good as he does, but finally I get my Tariq to have an interview with the legend, Sunny Deol, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome to London. There's Sunny Mania going on at the moment. I don't know if you've heard, but that's the season. And as a result of that, one of my friends who's a massive fan of yours, Tazim of Taza Kitchen, has sent these lovely parathas. So we're going to enjoy a lovely interview with some paratha and chai, especially because we're celebrating the phenomenal success of Gadar 2.
Yeah, why not?
Did you think that it becomes so successful with the huge box office results that it's got?
You don't know about all that, and that's the beauty of your work. You don't know. I mean, you always hope and expect that things should, because everybody wants their film to be successful, and when it does, I mean, you're just so happy, and especially with Gadar, the way the people are celebrating it, and all over the world they are. It's just the same feeling they're having. There may be numbers may be big or small in different places, but the energy and the way they're coming out and the way they in the cinema hall they're dancing to the Manikla Gadi Leke and the whole thing, they're kind of enjoying it so much. And so I would just thank Almighty for all that, and it's just beautiful.
You mentioned dancing, Menikla Gadileke. I was watching it in the big screen, and you've always been really shy about your dancing, but oh my God, I saw that dance step. You really nailed the hook steps on that. Tell me, what was that like filming for you? Because obviously we've read loads of interviews about you. And
yeah, I'm very uncomfortable dancing. I've always been, because somehow, I don't know, I thought, I always believed in, okay, you're acting, you're not supposed to do. So I thought maybe, as the time goes by, the songs and all this thing will not be there in the cinema. It'll be just film, how it is abroad. But it hasn't changed, so I had to accept it and adapt myself to it. Eventually, enjoy it.
And you did so.
Own it. Yeah.
You absolutely nailed it for me. And it's so hard because it was in the original film, that song, and then to have it again 20 odd years later, because you're looking at a completely different audience now as well, and it's still just as popular.
Because music has always been something which which was earlier on what we used to do. It had a lot of melody, and the lyrics were simple, and there was so much of freshness to all that, and that has always been there with the people. And unfortunately, as the years have gone by, music has become like a fast food. They don't seem to be putting efforts in bringing out. I mean, there are quite a lot of numbers which are there, but maximum kind of numbers which come there basically kind of remixes or something or the other. So obviously when there's something which has got the originality to it, we kind of keep humming and listening to it. So that's what Gadar's music was and is. And obviously it's the same film which we had in 2001, and the same film, I mean, it's the same family which goes further up and to 2071. So that was the strength of the whole thing. And obviously those characters, Tara Singh was basically a music lover who was singing these songs over there, so they have to be part of it.
Absolutely, yeah. What would you attribute to the success of Gadar 2? Because like I said earlier, it is a completely new audience as well. 20 years later, to revive or to do a part 2 of a film that was hugely successful back then, doubling the success now.
See, audience may be new, but we basically are the same people. The emotions are the same. It's the value of the family which was the same, which people had forgotten existed. And so with this film, they say, it is there. We were just not making cinema of that genre where the family would be wanting to come and enjoy it. So I think Gadar 2 has opened that thing up, and it's brought all the families of Bachche se leke senior people, they all going and enjoying it. It's becoming like a family duo, where they're outing.
Yeah. No, definitely. I've seen that happen in droves. And what would you say about, I said earlier, Sunny Mania? Literally, Twitter, you've been trending almost every day since the release of the film.
I'm just telling you, ever since my daughter's come into my house, my son's wife, she's a daughter, I think Lady Luck has come into our house. And things are changing, they're getting better.
Oh, that's really sweet. That's really sweet. Now, we were just off camera, we were talking about I met you you obviously won't remember, but we remember I met you in 2007 at the IFA Awards in Yorkshire, and there was this incident where you were mobbed naturally by loads of people, and you were just so shy that even though you had to get to your next event, you couldn't, decline that mob of people wanting to take pictures with you, and Bobby G had to come and rescue you and take you away. So we've seen the shy version, and then we also see this on-screen version of Daiki look a heart, and literally on his leg, his hand does look like that. It's like so close up. Which version of yourself do you think is more you? I mean, obviously the shy one is the real one, but we don't really know you that well. So I'd like to know which
I'm
version.
basically a very happy-go-lucky guy who wants to enjoy life and live to the moment and not think about much about tomorrow and take the day as it comes. That's the kind of a person I am. I just feel life is given to you is a journey which you have to enjoy every day and don't regret it. There'll be tough tough moments. There'll be good moments, but how you can flow through it without grumbling about it. Though obviously I also grumble at times when things are very tough, but those are momentary because it shifts you to the other side. So I'm basically just like any other person who wants to be happy, and that's all. I have nothing. I don't have much of a. I'm happy being alone. I'm happy being anywhere. Definitely, I don't like crowd around me because I'm all the time with people. So you try to find your space somewhere where you can go, nobody is there, you can go and sit down, relax, cow pure without anybody staring at you.
That's hard, isn't it? There's so many cameras always on you. So
I know. Off late because of everything is on your cell phone, so you are being captured all the time, and at times you may be a little tired and restless, and you may say no or something. Then the people who like controversy will try to put that up across and give it a different view to it. End of the day, we are human beings, basically. That's all.
Yeah, true. And obviously, that's me trying to get to know you a little bit better. But obviously on screen, you've played so many varieties, so many genres, from comedy to romantic to obviously action. You're very well known for your action. But which one do you personally like to play the
You
most?
see, I basically play mostly the complete kind of cinema. I mean, I play a character who's in that story. But because of like in Gadar, everybody will talk about me uprooting the pampa out over there. But the film is not about that. The film is about romance. I think that's the most romantic film the other one was. I mean, it's like a truck driver who's nobody, who's fond of music and sees a princess over there. And he can't even dream of it ever, that princess to be his, and then all that starts happening, So it's such a beautiful love story. And then he's violent, but then suddenly when she comes again into his life, all the violence is gone. And he just wants it to be beautiful and peaceful. And so it is such a utterly romantic film. And but people only remember pump nikala, ye kiya, wo kiya. But it is all these things which they made them sit down over there and start loving the character.
Yeah.
So maybe the aggression of mine is something which kind of stays very strong there rather than the rest of the thing over there.
True. So there is a bit of a romantic in you. And I suppose we should know that because your own directorial Dillagi was very romantic,
it was a
wasn't
romantic
it?
film,
Yeah. So we hopefully can we see you behind the camera a little bit more? Or?
No, I've done enough of it.
Give the headache to someone else.
No, I did a lot of production. I did a lot of these things, and with all that thing, it's difficult to manage, and obviously you lose all your money in it, and then you have issues coming up for you and all those things. So I said, I can't manage it, so let's stick to one job, and the job which is really what I came in was an actor. So that is my preference, and that's what people always want me to see. They want to see me on the screen rather than behind and here and then struggling.
Yeah.
So that's why, after just before COVID, I shut everything down, and now I'm just going to be doing films. And this is one of the second film after the COVID which has released. First was Chup, and now this. So I'm hoping now to stick to the kind of cinema that people want, and big cinema, and do that. And Gadar has given me an opportunity again. I can do that. So
Brilliant.
I will keep doing that.
I thought you were just about to tell us, reveal that you've got something else coming up. Or
Well, I can't. I mean, there are a couple of projects which are there on my mind, but there's nothing very definite right now because I don't want to run into things. I want to do a couple of films, but I want to do them as sensibly as I can.
Yeah.
Right, because I don't want to mess up doing something which I shouldn't be doing. You know, I should try and be sensible as much as I can.
Absolutely. My finishing question with you, sir, is you debuted in 1983 with the fantastic film Gadar. It's literally 40 years. Who can believe that? You don't even look 40 years. 40 years of your journey in the film
right.
industry. If I was to ask you, what would you, in terms of these 4 decades that you've been working, what has been your best experience in the industry? I know might be a bit of a difficult one to answer, but I'm sure you might have.
See, the journey itself is so interesting. I've seen everything come and go, and I've seen my lows and highs. And when it was a high time, I started seeing the lows of life. So it has been and that's what life is basically a journey. And I have no regrets about anything. I mean, obviously, you have to go through all those things, and I would do the same thing all over again because I'm very instinctive. Whatever I do. I don't, and because I always believe instinct is your brain telling you straight away, rather than you thinking about it. So I'm very happy. I'm lucky, and obviously we are a very close knit family. For me, that is the wealth actually, and that's what I would tell everybody. Your wealth is your family, and keep that together, nice and strong, no matter what. Money comes and goes. That's not the. Obviously, the world is now only money, money, money. Everything is money, money, money. Definitely, it is. But you only need that much as where it can keep you happy and satisfied. You don't need more than that because what will you do more than that anyway? I know people are saying, "It's very easy to say all that," but that's a reality.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, sir. It's been an absolute pleasure. And we're wishing you many more decades in the film industry on the big screen.
Thank you.
We can't wait to see you again.
Thank you very
much.